Great stream. Oh, that's terrific. Okay. So we got, I don't know how many people are there. Let me get some of this. Let's see, it's a little crooked. Who knows? Who cares, right? As long as we're working. Oh, that is one of our issues. I got new lights too to make all this a little more interesting, maybe, or better lighting. It's all about lights, man. When I used to do TV so much, I knew it was all about lights. You can have the lousiest camera, but if you don't have lights, that's why I used to shoot all my commercials outside. I didn't have to worry about lights. I got the sun to take care of my lighting. It's all free. I always look for free stuff. So let's wait a minute or two. Maybe some folks are trying to get on. Let's see, okay. Aha! Well, how do you like the topic? You know, learn how to screw the system before the system screws you. But it's not really screwing the system, I feel. It's really how to use the system. That's what the fat cats do. They use all the system. They don't pay for stuff. They find the free stuff and use it. Yep. And that's what when I started all this work, I was working for rich people. Yep. And they would use all this stuff. I mean, look at the guy in the White House now. He uses all these programs. That's why all these rich guys want to help him, because they know they can make more things for them to use that are free, right? So that's what I want to do, is show the average person there's stuff there for you too. There's stuff there for all of us. I mean, that's what's so neat, is that we live in a democracy where anybody could use this. Everybody has the right to use it. Everybody, whether you're Donald Trump or a street cleaner, you have the same right to all this stuff that's in America. That's why everybody wants to come here, right? That's why it's so popular. The people are still waiting to get in. I guess it's changing a little bit now, but who knows? Hello, Matthew. It's a pleasure to be here. Oh, great. It's a pleasure for me to be here. Man, could you imagine if I was an old guy playing golf in Florida and throwing vegetables at the TV, you know, and complaining about everything? No, that's why I'm going to be doing this for another 20 years at least. Yeah, this is fun. You know, I mean, if you have a job you hate, then it's not fun. You want to retire, but that's why it's important. Find something you love to do, then you don't have to worry about the retirement. It's more fun to work than to do nothing and play lousy golf. You know, I couldn't believe, you know, when I grew up, everybody said, yeah, I'm going to retire and play golf for the rest of my life. God, you're lousy at it. Why the hell do you want to do something you're lousy at? Find something you're good at and keep contributing. And that's how you stay alive. That's how you stay engaged. That's how, you know, you keep growing forever. I mean, I feel like I could still learn new stuff, and I am. Man, I interviewed about 1,000 people the last 3 years who've used the internet to find money and help them do the things they really want in life. It's not only government money programs, it's all these other things. Okay, I put together 10 things from my research this week, because remember, don't forget, I help people find this stuff. So yeah, you want me to find research, you know, programs for you to do things in life, that's what I do. So, and I really concentrate in 3 areas. I find all your living expenses, you know, all the programs that help you, give you extra money to live on. And there's about 300 I could find for any city in this country. Plus, also money to start or expand any kind of business you have, and all the help that's available. Or real estate, buy houses, fix up houses, or become a real estate investor. Man, I could find 100, you know, in your city that'll help you do that. So that's what I really do. And now, see, what I'm doing here is showing you neat things that I found doing this research all week, so you don't have to pay, see, and you can just get the stuff for free. Because what I'm going to do is, I'll give you all the links. You know, I'll put them on my page on Facebook and on YouTube, so you have all the links there, and you can just click on them, and you don't have to send me a nickel. And actually, another thing I started doing today was phone call. If you go to lesko.com/talk, man, for 15 minutes, you know, people are explaining to me in the 15 minutes how much, you know, what they're looking for help for, and it's amazing, man. I got so much stuff in my head, I don't know how to use it, you know, and so I charge like $1 a minute. So at 15 bucks worth, I can show you the 1, 2, 3 places, you know, to start looking for what the heck you got. But enough about me. Let's talk about you, okay? How about free legal help? That's right, man. You're going to charge if I charge $1 a minute, the lawyers are charging $500 a minute or whatever the heck. And you don't need lawyers. Anybody messes you around in this country, you can get better legal help than you could ever pay for it. And that's by learning how to use the government. See, everybody in this country is regulated. Like it or not, that's the way it is. And you can use these regulators as power. So you have the power, because see, these regulators could put people out of business. Everybody from your dry cleaner to your accountant, the guy who fixes up your kitchen. And if he screws you over or whatever, instead of hiring an attorney, no, you go to your state capital where they're regulated, and you file a complaint. Just think if your insurance company screws you over and you thought you were covered under this. And, oh, hey, didn't you see paragraph B, section D? We don't pay. We collect premiums here. Who do you think we are, an insurance company or something? No, so what do? You hire an attorney? No, because if you hire an attorney, they have attorneys too, and their attorneys fight this all the time. And your attorney you got is probably your brother-in-law or somebody. Say, oh, I could do that for you, right? Yeah, and they're going to lose. But even if they don't lose, what's the most they could get for you? Just to pay the bill. See? And so that's why their attorneys will grind them down, have you spend $5,000 of money so that you could get $400 from them or whatever it is. But no, you don't have to do that. You call your state capital. You can call 211. Or actually, here's what you do. You Google. You put this in Google. See, I beat up Google, but Google's good if you know what you want to do and how to find it in Google. See, if you put file complaint insurance company Maryland, file complaint insurance company Pennsylvania, wherever you are, then that will send you to that office at your state capital that regulates insurance company. There'll be a form there that you fill out and fill in all the blanks. And see, you could be there's nobody, you could be lying and they still have to investigate. See, they still have to investigate. When you send in a paper to a bureaucrat, they got to follow it up. So they're going to contact the insurance company and say, "Hey, what are you doing to this nice guy who's trying to get insured?" So they have to account for their actions to you. And see, what's neat though about this is that if they screw up. In other words, the government calls them and they do something wrong, the government could put them out of business. See, this is why these lawyers are so much better than your lawyer, because your lawyer could just get a settlement. The government could put them out of all their business. So they don't want to mess it. It now becomes cheaper for the insurance company to say, what is it, $500, screw it. We're just going to send this guy a check for $500 because it'll cost them $3,000 just to talk to the government. This bureaucracy talking to the government. So that's why you have leverage in this country as a nobody if you use the system. That's what I mean. I tell you, screwing the system before it screws you. No, it's how do you use the system? Because if you don't use it, it is going to screw you. So you can't use it. And there's ways to do it. So that's everything. Your accountant, your doctor, your dentist, your health practitioner, anything. They're all regulated. Your cosmetologist or whatever. See, and everybody's more afraid. It's sort of like you getting a letter from the IRS that says, "Well, Mr. Lesko, we see you did this accounting wrong in 2015, and you owe us $217." Now, to tell you the truth, well, $200, I'd think about it, but less than that, even if they're wrong, I'd probably just send them the check just to get them away, right? And that's how the big companies do it. It's cheaper for them to pay you off and make you disappear than to explain to the government what they really did. It'll cost them thousands of dollars to do that. That's why you have power in the system. But you have to learn to use it. The system doesn't come to you and say, Jamie, why don't you sit down here? I want to tell you what I'm giving away free today. No, they don't do that. The people who want to come and explain to you are the people going to charge you money. So everybody wants to charge you money. Sure, Jamie, come here. I want to explain to you how I could charge you $2,000 to do this thing that you could probably get for free, but don't know about it. And they, of course, convince themselves that what they do is a hell of a lot better, than the. If it is or not, I don't know. I'm sure that's debatable. But what the hell? Use the free one first. If it doesn't work, then you will go pay your $5,000 or whatever it costs, to have a lawyer do this. And that's important. Okay, here's another thing. Okay, jobs. Okay, everybody's talking about jobs. That's why we elected this guy in the White House, right? He's going to give all these jobs. Okay, but what's a good job? What's a bad job? Nobody knows that. But and everybody who says they know are certainly guessing. But you can get the best guesses in the world, and that's from your local county office. You have something called a workforce development center. Right there, they study jobs, job supply, jobs demand. So So you don't say, well, I'm going to become a horse carriage driver because I love doing that. Nobody's going to hire you, right? So you want to know what people are hiring in the future so you could be one of those jobs. So that's why these people get paid a lot of money to get this data and to figure it out. So if you want to figure that, it's called labor market information. So if you put your state and then you put labor market information and even your county, because your county's doing it on the county level, to find this stuff out. And that's available. So you find it out, and see, okay, we're going to need more people. Like one of the hot jobs is in renewable energy, right? Because we're going to have so many more solar panels and all this kind of stuff. And that's it. So maybe you want to get, or healthcare, obviously, is another hot job. Okay. Now here's another one, okay. Oh, and actually the school won't charge you until you get a job. See, a lot of these schools that the government is involved with, that they don't charge you any money, until you get the job. So that's interesting to do. Okay, now here's another interesting thing. Okay, millennials. Okay, who's a millennial? I forget the average. So like the 30-year-olds, I guess they're 30. Smiley, millennials 30 years old or what? Oh, she left. I thought my wife was here. She's not. So you're millennials. I mean, I think my kids are millennials. They're certainly not baby boomers because I am. So millennials, more of them are taking jobs, blue-collar jobs, because blue-collar jobs now are you're getting a college degree and you're starting, like 40% of the people with college degrees are starting jobs at less than $25 an hour. Man, blue-collar jobs, you're starting at 50, after a year or 2, 3 years of training, you're making $50, $60, $70,000, So that's why these blue-collar jobs are looking more important now. So here, if you Google this, why more millennials are choosing blue-collar jobs. Why more millennials are choosing blue-collar jobs. And you get the data there and all the information, because college isn't for everyone, and all this data there, they have a whole bunch of data. Like according to statistics, the Labor Department projected growth in carpentry trade. Be a carpenter. Now that's cool. See, and these blue-collar jobs, man, that's real work, and you feel satisfied at the end instead of sitting in in a cubby hole behind a computer screen. I really feel like those old those rowers that kept the boats going. They have rows of people down in the galley rowing the boat across the ocean. That's what these computer organizations look like, rows of people in behind computer screens, and I picture them rowing the boat, everybody rowing the boat. Man, you're a carpenter, man, you're making stuff, right? And you get the satisfaction. Yeah, shit, look at that thing I made, man, isn't that great? Take pride in it. So that's why don't be and so 24% carpentry trade is expected to grow 24% by 2022 and will deliver an average wage of almost $90,000 as a carpenter. We used to poo-poo that, right? Not anymore. That's silly, right? You're making $90,000. Yeah. So semi-skilled, and here they're talking about, like people that maintain wind and hydro farms, hydro farms, solar. All those jobs are going to be creating. They don't require a college degree. There's options now all over for that. Okay, here's another, okay, where do you find those jobs? Where do you find the trading? Your local career one-stop center. Okay, now in my report that I go 299 ways to get extra money to do anything in life, I cover all these programs for that are locally, to get apprenticeship programs, training programs, skills, blue collar jobs that pay good money. And so, if you don't want me to do the report, here's the way to start. You go to your local career one-stop center. So if you go into Google, put career one-stop and Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or wherever the heck you live, and do that. And I'll put all these websites about these things on my Facebook and YouTube, so you'll have that. Okay, another thing to be careful of is retails are closing. You probably noticed it. Your mall is a little empty, a lot of empty stores in the local mall and stuff like that. Okay, here's some data on what's going on here. Okay, they estimate it's possible 8,600 brick and mortar stores will close this year. 8,000. So don't invest in retail real estate. By comparison, in 2016, only 2,000 closed. So 2 years ago, only 2,000. Last year, right? Only 2,000 closed. Now, 8,000. Wow. So in the first quarter of 2017, we've already surpassed the number of stores that closed the entire 2008. And that's when we had the recession. So more stores have closed in 3 months than in a whole year. So that's Macy's is closing, Baby, B-E-B-E, Staples, all these, J.C. Penney's, all these things are closing, okay? Again, you want more of that data, I got it, I'll have the link so you could find out more about it. Okay, here's another thing, financial expertise, it's hard to find, right? Because everybody thinks they're a finance wizard or whatever it is. I have an MBA and I think the MBA really taught me, I really don't know anything, Sure, I'm guessing, and that's why what we do though is don't go to people like me who are guessing, because we'll go to an expert. And what's that expert doing? That expert is selling something. So what do you think their bias is? They sell you something, right? They got a product, a financial product to sell you. So they're going to figure out 80,000 ways to Sunday why this is the best thing for your financial future, right? But now, see, there's an option that you don't know. There's people who get grants to give you independent advice on what's good for you, not what's good for the insurance company or the stockbroker house or whatever selling you. And I don't know if you realize, last year there was a law passed, actually a regulation by the Department of Labor that made every financial advisor, has to have your interest in mind. They made that a law, that they have to have your interest first in their mind. When I heard that, I said, Jesus Christ, we have to have a law for that. You mean people are sort of, wow, why do we? But more amazing, one of the first things Trump did was got rid of that. Well, that's telling you something, isn't it? So it was amazing they have to codify, make a code or regulation out of making sure that people taking your money have you in mind first. And then somebody has the guts to get rid of that. No, you don't have to have that. Wow, what a life we're in. Okay, now they have special people for reverse mortgages. I don't know, maybe if you're only my age, something's not happening Trump down. Yeah, right. Trump changed it. And reverse mortgages. That's when you're old for it. You got a mortgage and you got left. So the bank, you reverse it. So the bank gives you money, and I guess before you die or after they die, they get the house or whatever. And it sounds like a great deal because it gives you income. That you're sitting there in your house. But it's not good for a whole lot of people. But it's a sweet sale, and you see a lot of advertising on it. And once you see a lot of advertising, that means they're making a lot of money at it. So be careful, and you reverse mortgage HUD counseling. Reverse mortgage HUD counseling. And that you'll get a list of counselors right where you are. These are independent people who get grants. You don't have to pay them a nickel, to tell you about the facts. Okay, here's another little thing I found that was cool. Out in Alabama, there's an organization, Food Bank North AL. Food Bank North AL. They got a microloan program for people who want to get in the food business, entrepreneurs. I mean, the food is another one of those growth areas. If you could see outside my window here, my kids planting food all over the backyard, and this is now become, you see all the farmers markets that weren't even here a couple of years ago. I mean, this is a big trend. All the restaurants want fresh food, local fresh foods, and everybody wants that. So now there's microloan program for that. And the one company I found so far is that foodbanknorthal.org. This is a nonprofit doing that to make sure people are getting into this business and everything. Okay, how about free breast and cervical cancer detection and treatment? Okay, guys, you probably don't know what I'm talking about because I barely do. But this is important, I think, because there's cancer treatment for certain incomes, but it's like double. I mean, it's a pretty high income. Every county has this, okay? And the program is called Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program. Breast and cervical cancer early detection program. So you have a woman in your life, or the women out there, you haven't had a test for breast and cervical cancer recently, you can get it free, okay? And even the treatment comes free, the turnip. So you Google Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program, and then your county or your state. If nothing comes up for your county, it's a state program that goes to the county, and they give the services out, okay? Now here's another one. How about $2,000 to get rid of your grass? And it's not weed, kind of thing. This is the grass in the backyard. I mean, it surprised me. I found this doing some housing research programs in California. They have a program because they want you to get rid of the grass, and put pebbles there or something like that. It doesn't require water because they're trying to save water, So they give you $2,000 to do that. And here's the organization that does it. Save Our Water Rebates. Save Our Water Rebates. So maybe if you want to put a little theme park in the back, you got $2,000 to start with doing something like that. Well, that's about 10 items I got this time, and I hope I'll be back in a couple days doing some more. Remember that I do custom research. That's leskotutor.com, and what place I do is if you want to buy or fix up a house or become a real estate investor or entrepreneuring, starting or expanding any business, and also the 299 ways you get extra money to live on, no matter where you are in this country. And I do that for your area. See, this takes, and I'm late on finishing these things because they take me so long to research, but I have so much fun doing it. So I want to do a good job because I learned so much doing it. So that I do. And then also, if you have interest, you want to talk to me, pick my brain about anything, even like, 10, 15 minutes, I could probably give you the one thing, and I could help you there. I just helped 3 people today before I came out, and that's why I was getting late doing this, is lesko.com/talk. Lesko.com/talk. So you want to talk? And off the top of my head, I can give you a website, Jared. If I can't have it up top of my head, I'll email it to you and get you going on your project, no matter what it is. Well, thanks for putting up with me. I didn't put music. I would have loved to dance to the music, but Facebook, this or copyrighted music they don't like you using. So I'll have to find some uncopyrighted music, but that'll take time. And then if I could feel like a dance to it, can we dance, 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 dance? So the next time we're going to dance, probably another day or two. So keep track, subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Facebook, and you'll know when I'll be live again to help, if I can. Or I'll just be a pain in the ass, either one. Talk to you later.